a little bit, there's almost a risk in listening. You know, what I mean is, you know, like there's this dynamic nature to relationships where I don't know what you're going to request of me or what you're going to share with me.
Right.
And if I'm truly seeking a relationship, a fruitful relationship with you, I'm going to respond and mold my behavior accordingly to based on what you tell me. So there's this unknown element of like, you know, when you come to me with something, I have to open myself up to all the possibilities of how I can fit myself into that.
Wow.
Do you see what I mean? It's a lot more, quote unquote, safe or self-preservative if I'm just waiting for you to finish some request so that I can give you all whatever I'm willing to give. You see what I mean? So I think that then
That's
that to
really
me
good.
speaks to this difference between, are we after relationship or are we after solutions?
Exactly.
You see what I mean? Like we can't solve whatever's going on.
Right.
We can relate to each other more honestly and better and more humbly.
Yeah.
Which then the issues are, it's almost like, it's like a couple that's really good at being in a relationship and both couples have issues. But the ones that have their relationship on better terms and they can play that, they do that dance well together.
Right.
You know, of calling on each other, responding to each other, confiding in each other, trusting and
Yes.
being open and honest. Like those are the ones that obviously flourish and those are the ones that last because the unexpected events and things that come up aren't moments for them to derail. They're moments for them to recalibrate.
Right. And realign to that.
And move on to the better that's
good.
next, you know. So that's what I think of when you're talking about like that dynamic. Relationships are unexpected.
Yes.
You know, you have no idea, like Tim Keller talks about in the marriage books, you have no idea the person you're going to marry.
Right.
You don't even know him.
Nope.
And there's no way you can because you guys are literally changing and molding just by being together every day.
Yep. Who that person is at the beginning is not who they'll be in 25 years.
So to me, almost listening
Yes.
falls in this idea of like being willing to listen. You're giving up a certain amount of control over where the relationship goes.
And isn't control, it's the issue. Because I have to and I was just thinking, you know, when you bring up Keller and you bring up marriage, you know, as a pastor, I do quite a bit of like marriage counseling, you know, and I've just over the years learned like the first question I ask them is, do you love each other? Do you want to fix this? Because if one party says no, we're done. And I almost feel like we could take a lot of that into what we're dealing with right now, and I want to give real honor and respect to the fact that like there's solutions being thrown out there right now. This would solve a problem. This would solve a problem. And me as an ignorant person is like, wait, slow down, because it's only because I haven't been thinking about it a long time. There's people who have spent their lifetimes, their life's work is invested into these solutions. Right. Nobody wanted to listen before. Now we're listening, and we could be like, well, slow down. But we're saying slow down because I'm not there yet.
Not ready.
We're not ready. But I want to give respect to those that have been thinking about these things. Absolutely. And it's like, you've been focused on this where I have not been. And now is my time to I got to listen. Right. And it's hard to listen without preconceived notions. It's hard to listen without already making up my mind. And I almost see America is like a big marriage, you know, in the world. Like relationships are a big marriage where I don't know what you're going to say. And this is what happens, though, is we begin to align ourselves with people who we know are going to be like-minded. Yeah. So then I won't be surprised by what you're going to say. I don't want, and I cut off those relationships that could challenge me or take away the control that I'm used to having.